To make a long story short, I cut it in half. There's no ending now, but that's okay. Hey buddy, how are you doing? Hopefully you're getting some good results on whatever diet you're doing. Could be any diet in the world. Hopefully you feel good. I want to talk a bit about the pros and the cons of my high-fat experiment so far. Because there's been many pros and a couple cons. Not fun cons. So I kind of want to start at the head. So the greatest benefit has been the mental clarity, the better mood, everything. Just I'm happier. That's been such a bonus. I think getting off that blood sugar roller coaster, up and down, that was driving me crazy. Fat is just, like you eat your meal, it's like, like it's so stable. So I really love that. And I can go so long without eating. It's amazing, like 6 hours between meals usually. I could never do that on high carb. I can't do it. Maybe you can. Some people I know that they eat so much fruit at one time, like 15 bananas, and then they're like good for 5 hours. So good for you. Your diet should be like that. We shouldn't be grazing. I don't think it's good for our teeth, for our energy levels. I'd like the meals, maybe 2 or 3 meals a day. I can eat 2 meals a day on high fat, so I love that. So head area, acne, gone. I don't break out. I actually just broke out the other day because I added in nutritional yeast. I thought I was immune. I knew it used to give me acne in the past, but on the high fat diet, I was like, I'm immune to acne now. But nope, as soon as I added that, within 3 days, I started getting bumps on my chin. And so I had to release that. I don't know, I'm sensitive to nutritional yeast. Do not know why. What else? Teeth. They're so much less sensitive. They're not sticky anymore. There's not that plaque. I mean, it's just, there's no sugar in my mouth that bacteria are feeding on. My breath is much better. I don't get that. Like when I floss, I don't get pieces that smell horrible because bacteria has been chomping on it and pooing in my mouth. Don't poo in my mouth, god damn it. So what else? My sinuses, clearer. My nose has always been so clogged. They're clearer now. They're not perfectly clear, but they're so much better than they were. I'm not quite sure why that would be. You'd think the fruit would clear out all that, but maybe it was clearing it out too much and it gets stuck in the nose. I don't know, but okay, what else? I'm also less itchy now. But I can also say that when I did my 5-day orange juice fast, I was less itchy then too. So it's certain foods make me itchy, and I seem to eliminate them on this high-fat diet. And I add them in slowly. Tomatoes make me itchy. I believe the sauerkraut that I'm eating now is making me itchy because that's kind of returned again. So that kind of sucks because I wanted some fermented food in my body. I'm also less gassy, less bloated. Stomach is flat. Who wouldn't love that? I love it. A lot of people say they go to bed looking like Buddha and they wake up like Gandhi. I go to bed like Gandhi and wake up like Gandhi's sister. I'm like just flat all the time. It's amazing. Unless I eat weird things. What did I find that made me gassy? I think the sauerkraut started making me a little bloated, but I think that has calmed down, so I don't know, it was doing something, freaked out, and then chilled out. My skin is softer, more hydrated. I used to get dry hands, dry heels. They've both cleared up, but that could just be the spring. I mean, spring is here. It was a dry winter. So that might not even be diet related. My edema went away. I used to get swollen ankles like crazy. I still haven't figured out why. I mean, I thought it was the salt, And the weirdest thing is it went away when I added even more salt. Makes no sense to me. Like, I don't get it. It should not have happened, but it did. So right now I'm not swollen in the ankle area. Like my ankles and legs would get swollen, and probably all over my body too, but that is just draining away. And I'm honestly not sure why, but interesting. I mean, that Banana TV did that salt experiment. I'm gonna make a video about that, my thoughts on the salt experiment, how different it is. Salt with high carb, salt with high fat, very different experiences. Okay, I debated whether I was even gonna mention this one, but for the men out there who are curious, high fat diet, so far, stronger erections. They're stronger, they're harder, they're meaner, they're angry. They're way better. I don't know why. If it's like the fats are given the building blocks for the hormones, that's probably it. So there's that. So, I mean, so many great benefits. My energy level, good. Okay, so I want to talk about some of the cons, because there is cons. And the major one is my digestion sucks. It sucks, man. It's better now that I added in some more carbs, but let's go through this. So I wanted to get into ketosis, which is you gotta limit your carbs to like below 50 grams a day, which is an insanely low amount for vegans. I mean, it's easy to do with animal products because meat and eggs and dairy, they don't have carbs. Dairy does, but if you get the fermented cheeses and stuff, like there's no carbs in animal products. But doing it as a vegan, I mean, even your high fat sources like avocados and nuts and seeds have carbs in them. So I noticed mine were up around like 100 grams a day. So I'm trying to limit that by like going for the higher fat nuts, pecans, walnuts, pumpkin seeds, macadamia nuts. I mean, these are all lower carb nuts. And I was adding oils like you wouldn't believe, probably like 3 tablespoons of oil in my meals. And I honestly started to feel like shit. I was getting tired. Like all the benefits I was feeling went away, basically. And then I started getting constipated and just, my God, my body did not want to get rid of anything. My meals were not going anywhere. They were so delicious too, and my body's just like, let's hold on to this. We gonna hold on to this meal for a little bit. He probably gonna go back on that fruit diet soon. Let's keep this one for a little bit. We just hold on to it. And hold on it did. And things were not, I'm doing like enemas every day. And the other night, I think 2 nights ago, I drank a liter of prune juice after dinner. Don't do that. Don't do it. Do like a cup in the morning if you got problems. Don't do it at night. Don't do it in liter amounts. Because man, yeah, it flushed me out all right, but it was like going all night and I felt like crap. So it works, but chill out on the prunes. So what I've done is stop the madness. Vegans don't have to get into ketosis. I'm a firm believer in that now. You don't have to limit. It just sounds stupid. I mean, limit your avocados because there's too many carbohydrates in them. It's dumb. You can get all the benefits of a high-fat diet just being like aware of carb limits. Like don't eat 5 bananas. That's too many carbs. But don't limit spinach because it has carbs in it. Like go for the low glycemic stuff. I'm still having berries and stuff. I had a mango today. So I'm gonna enjoy some of the fruits just in smaller amounts and not mono meal large fruit meals. So I mean, it's better like that. I'm having some beans too. I was craving beans. So my digestion is moving much better now. And I feel better too. When I was too low carb, I couldn't adapt. I mean, some people can adapt to that ketosis, but I didn't like it. My breath, I could taste like nail polish remover. That's what my breath smelled like. Freaking nail polish remover. And that's because I was in ketosis And there's a ketone body called acetone, which is released in your breath. It's an acid, it's destructive, and it smells like nail polish remover. If my girlfriend was wearing nail polish, which she doesn't, but I could just blow on her nails and it would melt off probably. Like, it was not good at all. So I'm out of ketosis now. I feel more balanced, I feel happier. So that's a plus. So we don't have to go so low. If you want to lose weight and you're thinking, I need to be in ketosis, you don't have to worry about that when you're vegan. You just eat the higher fat foods, focus on the greens and the fats and the vegetable fruits and some berries here and there, and just keep your carbs probably like, I don't know, I don't want to get into scientific measurements. Just don't go too crazy on them. Oh, and I just want to mention that, like, I was getting depressed and fatigued when I was trying to get into ketosis. Like, it was just bad, really bad. And I was not feeling good at all. So upping the carbs a little bit to where the body burns a bit of carbs. I mean, you need some carbs. How the ketosis diet animal eaters get into this, they still use sugar, but they eat so much protein that your body breaks the protein down and turns it into glucose, and that's how they get their sugar. Gluconeogenesis, that's what they do. Vegans don't have to do that. We can get our sugar from the carbs, the plants that we should be. That's how we should be doing it. And when you're eating higher fat, you need way less sugar. So you don't need to eat a ton of fruit. You just get some veggies and a bit of berries, and all your fat sources have some carbs. So we get plenty enough sugar to run the brain, and everything else can be run on fat. I mean, most of your cells can use fat and sugar. Even your brain can use like up to 75% fat once you get adapted to it. So it only needs a small amount of sugar. So that's all good. So that is it. Thank you for watching. I don't think I'm gonna have an outro for this video, so please subscribe. Thank you for being my friend. I don't know. I didn't plan this outro. God damn it. But yes, like it, share it on Facebook. That sounds like fun. All right. Take care. Be well, my friend.